الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على محمد ابن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تعبد إلى يوم الدين سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم ثم ما بعد Alhamdulillah. Tonight we are going to continue our discussion starting from Ayah 6 of Suuratul Mulk, or we said it can be called Suuratul Tabaraka. But before then, let us quickly look at just brief of some of those things we've discussed already to emphasize that this surah we are talking about, looking at the Ayah 1, as we have already mentioned, it is establishing and it is letting us know the greatness and exaltation of Allah. Generally, in Ayah 1, which is Tabaraka allazi biyadihi al-mulk wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, there are 4 attributes of Allah just in that ayah. The first one is the ayah is letting us know the existence of Allah, because it said Tabaraka, and Tabaraka is a superlative of Baraka. Yes. Baraka is for something to increase, growth in something. So, but when we are referring to Allah now, we are talking, it is the superlative, which is the noblest, or indefinitely noble and great. So we are talking about the existence of Allah. We are talking about the perfection of Allah, because we said Tabaraka, which is the perfection, exaltation. And you cannot perfect, you cannot glorify Him if He is not existing. So that's the second attribute. The third one is, we said, Biyadihi al-mulk. In His hand is the king, that's the control, the authority and the power. We are establishing the third attribute now, that Allah is the king. And the fourth one, we said, وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ, and it is He who has power over everything. He's capable to decide to do things the way He wants. That is the fourth one, establishing that Allah has power over everything. It is for us to know that it is only Him that can cause anyone to die. That's what Ayah 2 said. الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ, He created death, وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ. It's only Him that created it. Yes, there are some things that we can do. Allah has made it easy for us to do. Originally, it belongs to Him. But we cannot create. It's not a shallow understanding like a Namrud. When Ibrahim told him, my Lord can give, and Namrud said, he brought someone, he said, you are free, and he killed, no. The actual life, causing someone to die. Because He's going to test us. That's why He gave us the ability to action. Because He said in the Abuja, to test you, to put you into trial. So it means we are not just created and left in the world. We have the ability to do things on our own, to prove to us that we did not do what is expected of us to do. So He created death and life to put us to test. And it has been decreed already. You cannot cause anyone to die before the time. The same way you cannot extend the time. When it is time, you cannot delay it. Nothing. I made the example that you shoot someone and they said that it is his medicine that makes him not to die. It is not time. If it is time, the bullet will not even hit him well and he will die. But we said, you that is killing, if you are patient, that is when you will still die. The third ayah, الَّذِي خَلَقَ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ طِبَاقًا مَا تَرَى فِي خَلْقِ الرَّحْمَنِ مِن تَفَاوُتٍ. And we said here, Allah said you will not see any min tafawut, any indiscipline, anything that is scattered, that the moon is like this, the sun is the other way, the heaven is falling, and we need to send people to go. No, you don't have that. It's the way Allah designed it to be. There is no crack. And Allah said, Faruji al-Basra hal tara min futur. Check, look at it. If there is anything, you can any mistake you can point to. Allah created the heaven one above the other, not on the same level, no. And He beautifully and perfectly placed them in their places. We have there the sun, the moon, the stars, and the other things we don't know. And Allah said we should cast a look if there is anything. But because we cannot, Allah now mentioned in Ayah 4, where He said, after فرجع البصر هل من فتور ثم رجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. He said, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ. Allah has beautified the sama, as we've explained before. We just mentioned some of those things we did not point out today. The lamp signifies that Allah has not left everything in darkness. He made it fine and very nice, that when you keep looking, it makes you humble and to appreciate the creation of Allah. The stars makes it fine. Without the stars, it will look somehow. Without the stars, it shouldn't even be fine. Just the same way you look at your body, Allah has designed us in the perfect way. Had it been Allah decides that our eyes should be on the stomach, it will have been something else. You know the way you can stretch your head like this and see something. What do you do with your stomach? Or He made the hair to grow from the neck. And that's where a woman will be plating. Or the mouth is in the chest. So when you want to eat, you have to zip down. He designed it this way. Or He made it that we are like this, but the leg is up. So when you want to walk, you turn upside down. No. That's the way He has designed. So the stars also, He made it beautified and kept in that way. And He made it as something to fire, to shoot the shayateen. Why? Because they are misleading. They have rebelled against Allah. Why? Because of their kufr, because of their dolal, and because of their ifsad, their disbelief. They have gone astray and their mischief. Now, let us look at Ayah 6, which is where we should commence today. From Ayah 6 to 11, Allah is talking about the ta'azibul kuffar, the punishment of the disbelievers. When we say the kuffar, those that did not believe, those that deny Allah, the punishment Allah has reserved for them. May Almighty Allah make us among the believers. May we live as believers and die as believers. He said, وَلِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بِرَبِّهِمْ عَذَابُ جَهَنَّمْ وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ. وَلِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, and for those who disbelieve, and for those who disbelieve in Allah, عَذَابُ جَهَنَّمْ, there is punishment of hellfire for them. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ, and what an evil ending for them. For those who disbelieve in Allah, for those who are ungrateful, the ungrateful disbelievers, those that have disbelieved, al-mukazzibin, or those that disbelieve in the message of the prophets among the human, because He said, walil lezina kafaru, and for those who disbelieve among human or the jinn, there is punishment of Jahannam for them. And what an evil destination for them, what an evil ending for them on the day of Qiyamah. It means that will be the worst and terrible return for them. A place in hellfire they will remain and they will keep regretting. Because He said, وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ, bi'sa, evil, bad, ending their return to Allah. Allah is saying He has prepared for all those who are not appreciative of the signs of Allah. How? You cannot have eyes, mouth, nose, ears, and you don't still worship Allah. It means you are not appreciating and being thankful to what He has given to you. The legs He has given to you, instead of you to use it to appreciate Him, make a lot of movements to Salat, but you always engage in going to party and other evil places to visit those that you want to check your future. You want to know what will happen. Shirk and the likes. Briefly, after Allah mentioned this, He now said in Ayah 7, إِذَا أُلْقُوا فِيهَا سَمِعُوا لَهَا شَهِيقًا وَهِيَ تَفُورُ. He said, إِذَا أُلْقُوا, when they are being thrown, when they are being flung, when they are being caught and thrown, سَمِعُوا لَهَا شَهِيقًا, when they are being thrown into that fire, سَمِعُوا لَهَا شَهِيقًا, you will hear it gasping and breathing. The fire is disturbed when you push them, when you throw them inside. You will hear it rolling and shouting. Sultan Munkaron, a very horrible voice. If you want to make it in an example, just like the sound of a donkey. Wahia Kafur, why it boils. Why it boils. When the kuffar, those who disbelieve that Allah has mentioned in Ayah 6, that for them is Azabu Jahannam, the punishment of fire. They are not yet there. Allah is now telling us that when they are being thrown, practically thrown inside it, it will boil. Just the way an angry person will shout when he's angry. In fact, it will boil like a boiling water, bubbling when you throw them inside. And Sufyan of Saudi, he said, it will boil just like a small number of seed will boil in hot water. You know, you see jumping inside. That is the way those non-Muslims, the disbelievers in Allah, among the human or the jinn. After all, that's the wood. Those who disbelieve in Allah. So once they have been to Sufyan al-Sawri said, it is going to be like a seed when it is in a lot of water boiling. They will be thrown in humiliation. And they will hear a loud voice, a threatening and frightening and a threatening voice shouting on them. And that is when the boiling comes. So the fire is boiling. It is being kindled. And it is waiting for that kafir to be thrown inside. And when he's being thrown inside, you will hear the sound. Some of the Mufassirun said that sound is not the sound coming from the fire. It is the sound of that person shouting. Let us just try. Ordinary fire. Go close to it. Not even enter, just go close to it. Then practice it. Just put your small finger. We are talking of someone in that fire where we have the angels, the guards, the security preventing you from coming out. And even if they leave, you cannot come out. It's just like Allah having angels to take record of our deeds. Without the angels, Allah will not forget anything. Allah won't forget. There are angels guarding paradise. And without the angel guarding paradise, will people in paradise want to run away? Or people in hell want to sneak into paradise? When you couldn't even sneak in this world. But it is just needed. That is the plan of Allah. That is part of the design of Allah. So they will be thrown just like wood is being thrown in fire. As simple as that. So you don't need 10 angels. This man is very heavy. You know, when he was in the world, he used to eat a lot of food. He has gathered what? Just take you. Just throw you inside. And throw him inside, not you. And Allah now mentioned. He said, Takadu tamayyazu min al-ghayz kullama ulki ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير تكاد تميز من الغيظ. Allah said, it almost exploded. That fire they have been through. Let us take it the way Allah is mentioning. And we should know again, when Allah diverts or changes topic, He does that for a reason. You cannot use the method of a storyteller to describe Allah's method of telling us things. Who made those formats? Can your format be binding on Allah? It's not possible. So you should not say, as a good storyteller, Allah has been mentioning His greatness, He's going like this. Why diverting to the kuffar? And you see from the kuffar, He will briefly come to the no. You cannot decide. So for Him to go away, it is planned that way, and there are reasons for that, for us to meditate and to think about Allah. Takadu tamayyazu min al-ghayz. It is almost bursting apart. It is almost ripping off. That's the fire. Min al-ghayz, with the anger, with the wrath coming out of it. Ghadab al-kafir, anger against the kuffar, anger against the disbelievers. The fire is almost exploding more, but that's the size Allah has given to it. Because of the anger, you are a non-Muslim. You have received all the ni'mah, bounties of Allah. You still disbelieve in Him. Prophets were sent to you. You saw the signs of Allah. You know the anger. I have been warning you. When you come to school, sit here. The head teacher warned you. The principal, everybody. And after 10 people have warned you, you are still found guilty. You know the anger there. Whenever a group of them is being thrown inside, whenever a group of disbelievers are being thrown inside, the guards, the security, the marshals by the gates, the keepers will ask them a question and interrogation of rebuking, not interrogation of inquisitive. They want to know. No. They are asking those questions to condemn you, to criticize you. For example, you know the school uniform is black and white. You came in with red and yellow. And the teacher who knows said, are you not aware of the school uniform? You cannot say he's not aware. He's asking you to tell him. It's like, what nonsense is this? So, the keepers will ask them, Alam ya'atikum nazir? Did no one come to you? Was there nobody sent to guide you? Were you just left alone on your own? Was there no messenger to warn you of this present condition of yours? And what will be their response? What will be their response? They can't say no. They can't say there was no warner. Because warners did came to them. We are not just talking about the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are going to see later when Allah is mentioned that we have وَلَقَدْ كَذَبَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَكِيرٌ. We are going to see that it is not just the Ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not just us generally. So that's why it said prophets, messengers, warners. Because even if we come to the messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the messenger, and the scholars are the inheritors of the prophets. That Prophet Muhammad has passed away does not mean the mission is closed. No, we had the companions, we have the scholars, those that keep calling you, they keep warning you, come to pray. Give zakat. You know, zakat is one of those things people don't do today. How many rich men don't even know the calculation of zakat? If you ask random, what is zakat? Zakat is not the one Idul Fitr. Which one are you talking about again? And even that Idul Fitr is not everybody that gives it. So before going to the next ayah, their response, let us go back. This ayah 7 and ayah 8, we have descriptions of hell there. And we are going to give 4 of the descriptions of hell, just in these 2 ayahs. Iza ulku fiha, when they are being thrown in that hell, sami ulaha shahikon, you will hear it shout, you will hear the anger, that is the shout, the voice. It means part of the attributes when we are describing that hellfire is it will gasp, it will roar to the non-Muslims. That is one of the quality of the attributes. And the shout, don't think shout, the shout is just like normal shout. We might tell us save us from that and not even witness the shout. When we are told that the shouting of an angel, if an angel should shout and we are opportune to hear it, is enough for us to die. I hear them shout like, hey, move! So sometimes we want to compare that shouting like the way that man would shout on his cow, or you cover your ear. A particular people we are going to see, they were destroyed with shout, with voice. That is sound. That was their means of destruction. In fact, some of the Mufassirun said that noise or that sound was what caused the earthquake that affected them. It was not that it came on its own. It was that noise, that sound. And you can imagine, bring a container and start hitting it, the way it will disturb us. Not just disturb you from sleeping, it will affect your ear. So that is one of it, that sound. Wahiyya tafur, that's the second, that's one of the attributes. Boiling. It means hellfire will be boiling. And the Prophet Muhammad said when he went to his Miraj, he saw a woman who was being hung by her hair to something. The leg was not touching the floor, and her brain was boiling in fire. And he asked from his companion, Jibril, who is this? And Jibril said, this one of those that leave their hair open for people to see. Imagine one of your hair, pull it up. Or a woman who has braided her hair, just draw one and see how painful it is. But being hung by it now, and the brain is boiling. And today that's the hair we need for everybody to see. Because it's part of fashion. People should see how beautiful, how long it is. Yes. And a lot of people are now competing on the type of woman to marry, the long hair. And because men are competing, and when they cover it, you can't see, so they have to leave it open for you. And you are ashamed that you have short hair. Or when they are talking of hair, you can't expose your own. And you are sorry for your own. When they should be the one sorry. Yes. Or you see someone will do the normal plating of, will do normal, let's say covering veil, but the hair will be left in front like this. Just leave the hair. Okay, since I cannot show one, see this one. This one is not invited. When you're not inviting me, you now see the rest. May Almighty Allah save our women from that. And save us from that. Because it's two areas. If we refuse to look at it, they will have to cover it. If they refuse to show us, we will stop looking. They are showing and we are looking and going together. So the Almighty Allah guide every one of us. So that is one, is that sound. The second one is the boiling. Look at the third one. The third one is the next ayah now, the third attribute. Takadu tama yazu min al-boy. It almost explode. So it means that is how the hellfire will be. It will want to explode. It will want to expand more. Hellfire will look like that. That is one of the attributes. And the fourth one, or the last one is the end, where Allah says, كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير. It means whenever someone is being thrown inside, you always hear this question. I know sometimes question will even make you angry. A small boy slapped me, and he said to tell me, if you know, sometimes telling me sorry will make me more angry. A small boy find you, yeah, he slapped you. How many? Sorry. It's more painful than the slap. So they keep asking you, was there no prophet? How manage? It happened this way. Oh God, subhanallah, and you keep hearing other things. But the kuffar will give response to those angels or to the fire, to the keepers of this fire that will keep asking, Alam ya'atikum nazir? Was there no one sent to you? And what's the response? Qalu bala qad ja'ana nazirun fakadhabna wa qulna ma nazzala Allahu min shay' in antum illa fi dhalalin kabir. That is the ayah 9 now. Qalu bala, they will say yes, of course. Of course. In a positive way, we received. Qad ja'ana nazir. A one did came to us. A messenger came. Companions came. The scholars kept calling us. Wa qulna ma nazzala Allahu min shay'in. In fact, if fakazabna, a nazir, a one came. The prophet came. Fakazabna, but we denied that prophet. We belied that prophet. Wakulna, and we said, Ma nazzala Allahu min shay'in. That is even very painful. You know what they said? Allah did not send anything. Allah did not reveal anything. They are not saying Allah did not send anything to that prophet. I know that we are getting it. Call Lubala, they said yes. Called Ja'ana Nazir, a one that came to us. Fakazabana, they are testifying now, they are acknowledging. We belied, we denied. Wakulna, and we said to those prophets, or to the one, Ma nazzala Allahu min shay'in. Allah has not sent anything down. Not even just to you, even to those before you. Allah did not send anything. In antum illa fi dalalim mubin, illa fi dalalim kabir. Surely you and every other person you are mentioning that are prophets, you are in great error. You are fully astray. That's why you see Allah telling us in the Qur'an that a particular Kazala will mention Kazaba, they belied the prophets. And these are people that Allah just sent a prophet to. But Allah will tell you they belied the prophets. Because disbelieving in one is like disbelieving in all. Is that what Allah said? La nukallifu Allahu nafsan. So that's not the ayah. The ayah of we don't separate any of them. Amana Rasulullah wa alayhi rabbul mu'minun kullun amana billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubi wa rusuli. That's the message. La nufarriqu bayna ahadin min rusuli. La nufarriq. We don't segregate, we don't treat apart, we don't say, Prophet Isa, you know, no. I have nothing to do with Prophet Isa, because I know that Prophet Isa, how will you have Prophet Muhammad? We don't even mention his name. No, you must believe in him. But Prophet Musa, no, you have to. We believe in his message. We believe in the Torah, the Zabur, the Injil, and the books of the prophets. The only thing is, in its actual content, or in their actual content, we don't have them today. But we believe in the message. So, you can see now, they are saying, Allah has not revealed anything. You, in Antum, you, this man, that meaning the prophet, because that's what they told Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And all other prophets you kept mentioning, those from Arab, Ad, and the Hud, or, no, we don't believe in them, we don't believe in them. So you and them are in dolal, you are astray, a very big astray. That will be their response. An equivalent of this statement is what Allah has mentioned. That when the disbelievers will be driven into hell in group. Allah said they will be driven into hell in Suuratul Mulk. He said, Hatta iza ja'uha futiyat abwabaha, until they came to the fire, the door will be open, and the khazanatuha, the keepers will ask them, Alam ya'tikum rasul minkum, was there no prophet among you? What was happening? Was there nobody warned you? You are supposed to come to school with white and green, and you are coming with yellow and red. Was there no information? Were your parents not in the PTA meeting? What of the information, the handout or the hand giving? Were you not aware of that? Were you not? They will be asked. Alam yatikum rasulun minkum yatluna alaykum ayati rabbikum, mentioning, reading to you the ayats, the signs, the evidence of your Lord to you. وَيُنْذِرُونَكُمْ بِقَى يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا, and cautioning you of your meeting today. Qalu, they will say, Bala, yes. Because it's in an ayah in Hadith of Prophet Muhammad also. The Prophet said, nobody will enter hellfire until they acknowledge themselves, they will confess. You will admit. It's not like our court, where somebody has been sentenced to 2 days in prison and I am not guilty. He will go on appeal. The appeal will still say he's guilty. You go to Supreme Court, you still appeal, and finally you go to the court of Aayah. But you are still shouting you are not. But Allah's court, on your own you will admit, it is true. I know. We are going to get to that, inshallah. Then let us see Ayah 10. But before then, remember in Suuratul Isra, Allah mentioned, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. Allah said, we are not going to punish. We are not going to deal with anybody. Allah will not just descend on you to punish you until He has sent a message unto you. We have received that message. Prophet Muhammad, the final of all, has come to us, has passed the message. We have the scholars who has inherited the knowledge, the guidance, still passing the message to us. We have the Qur'an always being read. We have the ahadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we still refuse, waqalu, they will say, that's not just the end now. You know, now they already responded to the keepers. Waqalu, and they will say, now they are regretting. Law kunna nasma'u, had we listened? Aw na'qilu, or had we understood, comprehend? You don't have the sense to comprehend. Because you need to listen before you understand what is being said. You understand? Somebody will just come and just do you understand? Ah, yes, I understand. What did you even say? I will slap you. What did you understand? I came and I just did. I said I get it, I understand. But what did you say? It's not possible. So, Laukuna Nasmau, had we listening to understand, not just listening, because you can just be listening. Okay, yes, I'm hearing. Ibn Qudama, in his book, Kitabu Muguni, he differentiates between listening and hearing. Hearing is different from listening. I don't know how you want to bring it about in English. But as I always mention, I am guided by the understanding, the guidance, and the principle of our scholars. Because when they talk, but no, the English has changed a lot of things as far as our understanding is concerned. The hearing is, I just pick my phone, I open, let's say, an app, and see some of those adverts playing one song, and I'm trying to take it away. I'm hearing it, but listen. So this is the guy who sang this music, and you are listening. You are listening. So we are talking of, had we listened, because they actually had the recitation. Prophet Muhammad will start reciting and they will cover them, meaning they had what he said before even covering. But they are not listening. They are not paying attention. They are saying, had we listened, a listening of understanding now, Auna Akilu, or comprehend, or we use our sense at least to understand. Ma kunna fi ashabis sa'ir. Had we listened carefully with attention of seeking the truth and to understand, we will not have been among the ashabis sa'ir, among the dwellers of Sa'ir, blazing fire. We started mentioning from Aayah 6 what Allah has said about them, what will not happen to them. Then the question, their first response. Now they were not being as they are now saying, yes, after acknowledging a prophet actually came. But had we listened and comprehend and engage our senses, it wouldn't have been like this. Now they will be blaming themselves. They will be regretting and saying, we did not pay attention. We are not concerned about the message of Allah. We were carried away with the leisures and with the enjoyment we are having. We only just had the recitation. But the kufr and the disbelief was still inbuilt in us, the way we have the inbuilt battery. It's part of them. And our senses was unable to, we were unable to comprehend because we did not even listen. Let's take the last ayah for today because of the connection. We said ayah 6 to 11, talking about their punishment together. فَأَعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ فَأَعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ فَسُحْقًا لِأَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ فَأَعْتَرَفُوا. That is how they will confess. Now they are acknowledging their faults. They are acknowledging their disbelief. They are submitting and confessing to that. So Allah said, فَأَعْتَرَفُوا. That is how they will confess. And that day it is to no avail. It won't benefit them. Bizambihim, to their sin. Allah mentioned Zan. He did not say Bizambihim. Allah did not say they will confess to their sins. He said, Fa'atarafu Bizambihim. They will confess to their sin. What is the major sin? What is the sin Allah is mentioning here? Remember, we are talking about the kuffar. So you have disbelief in Allah. It is because of that kufr, that disbelieving in Allah, that's why they drank wine, they fornicated, they stole, they gambled, they did this. But the main message is that they have associated partner with Allah. So that is the zamb, that is the sin. So it means for a Muslim, he will be treated in another way. As far as that tawhid is there. And we said that is something we should not play with. It is just like the container. That is the main gist of the deal. If the tawhid is useless, the creed is useless, your submission to Allah is not strong, because that is the foundation. And you are building, two-story building, raising the structures on instead of pillars, using wood, and you are raising brick on top of it. What will happen? It will not just only fall. You will be insulted and beaten to have wasted that block. So it will just be like pouring water in a basket. The water will keep pouring. So your salat, the zakat, the fasting, a lot of ibadat, recitation of Qur'an, but you don't have tawhid. It's just like a non-Muslim reciting Qur'an. I say, okay, this guy is an idol worshiper, but the way he recites Quran, even yourself, listening to yourself, you are not even making sense. You are not. So Allah said, Bizambihim, they will not confess to their sin, which was denying the warners. Fasukko li ashabi sayir, fasukko, away, go far away, be distant from me. Li ashabu sayir. It's as if Allah is now saying, take them far away. Who? Ashabi sayir. Those who are the ashabu sayir, who are destined, who are the inhabitants of fire, and so far away they will be from the mercy of Allah. Imam Ahmad, rahimahullah, in a hadith he mentioned that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, La yuhlikan nasu hatta yu'ziru min anfusihim. He said, people will not be destroyed on the day of Qiyamah. They will not be condemned to hell until they will admit to their guilt. They will confess to their sin. This is the hadith of Prophet Muhammad. On the day of Qiyamah, after the judgment, you will not be thrown inside until you yourself will testify. Yeah, I actually fucked up. It's true. That's why it's not like this court. You will see it clearly. Because you are going to see it. There is nothing hidden about it. And in one other hadith, Prophet Muhammad, he said, nobody will be admitted into hell or will enter hell except that until he will know that he is more deserving of fire than paradise. He himself will know that let us not deceive ourselves. This is where I belong. It is only if Allah say, hey, come here now. But I know without anything. I don't know, can we have matching, is it match pass they call it? I'm a student of Masjid Nursery and Primary School. Our uniform is black and white. You are a student of Corridor Nursery and Primary School. Your uniform is yellow and white. And I came with black and white. I registered under this school. I came with that school uniform. You are now telling me to join this one. I'll tell you, oh, it's my school now. Do you need that? I'll tell you, even though I would have loved to be here because this yellow and green always win. But now here, this is my school. So it will be very clear. We ask Allah to make our affairs easy for us. May He count us among those who will believe in Allah. May He count us among those who will believe sincerely in Allah, who will authenticate our belief in Allah, who will perfect our tawheed in Allah. And Ibn Abbas, let's quickly mention that. Ibn Abbas, he said that ayah is Law kunna nasma'ul huda aw na'kilu. It is, had it been we listen to the guidance of the warner and we comprehend what the warner was saying. Aw law kunna nasma'u sima'un. Or had it been we listen to the person, that is we listen to that person, his information. Aw na'kilu, or at least we have a sense to comprehend. Will have been able to differentiate between this and this. So it means we have some of the non-Muslims today. There are some who are arrogant. They know. They are not just interested. They are arrogant. Because if they leave, they will lose a lot of things. I have members. They used to glorify and worship me. They think I have arrived. Their paradise and hell belongs to me. Now you want me to accept Islam and start learning Suuratul Fatiha from one small boy. So I'm arrogant. Or because of what I am making. But there are some who are not even ready to listen. They don't even want to listen because their mind is made up already. Yes, they are not black man generally. Our mind is made up. And some of us, even still Muslims, we still have that chance, even though we are Muslims. Some of us, we are Muslim because we were being born as Muslims. We have not discovered the religion. We have not perfected our iman. So it means, had it been we were born to meet our parents worshiping Kuduru, this Kuduru chicken, will have been the chief CEO of chicken. So that's why we need to discover some things. Let us know, why am I praying? Especially the children. Let them know, why are they praying? So that the day that man is not there with the cane, they will go and pray. Yes, the cane is needed to guide them now. But let them know the actual reason. Let them know why they need to speak the truth. Not that if I don't say the truth, daddy will beat me. So, and their children, they don't understand. Let daddy die now so that nobody will beat me. Or the day you are not available. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر.